Just swarm.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where that
Was that
ends
that's
up.
no, that's not the same colony that swarmed before.
No, it's a different one. They're just very strong. You need cell rearers to be strong to be able to rear the cells.
So what triggers off a swarm, like in this sort of situation?
Okay, yesterday was a pretty good day with nectar coming in. That's a strong hive, bolstered up specifically for swarming, for cell production, and as a result, it's the third one this week for me.
Wow. Are you talking to them?
Making a noise like this does tend to bring them down.
Oh.
Stop them until like this swarm is only going to land somewhere close handy
Yeah.
for now, before it works out where else it's going to go.
Yeah.
So the game plan is to have them land as close as possible so I can recover them.
Yes. Okay. Tricks of the trade.
Going to mill around up there.
Yeah.
So I'd say in exactly the same space that I got that one, this one's going to end up.
Okay. And yeah, so and they only stay there for a day or something, don't they?
Before
they find somewhere else?
Usually it can be quite a lot less than that, depending on how quickly they actually find somewhere to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, another swarm. So all three have swarmed here during this last week.
Okay. 3 in a week.
Yep.
Yeah, because all the noise now is up here.
Yes.
Because it was over there.
Yeah. It started coming out.
Wow. This is fascinating. Can't believe it's just happened.
On cue.
Yeah, what timing. That is brilliant. Oh, a bit drunk.
No, probably still full of, they've had a feed of nectar or feed of honey equivalent.
Oh, so
honey.
they do that before they leave?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So you look at that and you can actually see that bee actually regurgitated some nectar. Because you just see a bit of a droplet on there. Very fine. It'll be another 3 or 4 or 5 minutes before all those bees that are currently flying land.
And then what happens is some of the worker bees turn into scouts, don't they?
Well, they are.
Oh, they
That's
just are.
That's
That's
just
their jobs.
one of their jobs. Yeah, one of their many jobs.
And then they go off and try and find somewhere better.
So in the meantime, we short circuit that because there's a box over there that's got foundation in it.
Right.
And then I'll shift the cruiser underneath.
Yeah.
And then put 2 or 3 or 4 boxes on top of the cruiser. And then I'll put that hive, that hive body, it's made up as a brood chamber, on top of the boxes, and then I'll just give it a good shake, and then the bees will drop into the box, and then that will be the
And then
swarm housed.
And then with that drop of the colony, you need to make sure the queen's in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise they won't stay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
The quickest way to know is that after the initial drop, it's only probably 30 seconds, a minute or something like that. If you see the bees actually making their way to actually go into the box, you know you've got the queen there.
Okay. Because they smell her.
Yep, yep.
She's got the pheromones and things,
Yep.
hasn't she?
Yep.
So cool. But that's half the amount that was in
The hive.
the hive. And so what I said was you could actually have put another super on top, so it
Yeah.
would have given them more room.
Yep. Which you do when you're producing honey. But when you're actually raising cells, you're trying to keep the hive on that knife edge of being really strong but not swarming, because it's under that swarming impulse that the bees produce their best cells.
And that's queen cells.
Queen cells, yes.
Right.
Worked for a beekeeper out at Inglewood, and he took bees up to spotted gum at Proston. The spotted gum did really well that year, and the bees got extremely strong. That size swarm there terminology I use. This is a brood chamber. The bottom is actually fixed on so that you can move it.
Okay.
Now, a super is what will go on top after you put an excluder on there to keep the queen down.
Okay.
So the fact that this is a brood chamber, and it's going to get filled with that swarm.
Excellent. So you're going to put them straight into there from that
Yep.
branch
Yep.
via the
From
top of your
Of
ute.
the cruiser.
Yeah.
It's still got to be done. That's... Okay. You know what? Practice helps.
Well, by
Because the
your
last two didn't go that well. like.
Well, you look like an expert on camera too, so.
Third time lucky. And actually, see how we've got those bees down there.
Yeah.
Now, I'll actually do, because I've got the bulk of them in, the job now is to get this down onto the hood, onto the roof. So that those bees actually run in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen this happen. This is cool.
Yeah. Yep, we know where we're supposed to be.
Awesome. So you've got the queen.
You know how they're running in there like that?
Yeah.
I know that their mother is inside. Actually bees there with pollen on them.
They're all standing with their bottoms up. What does
Yep.
that mean?
They're fanning. What they're doing is telling the other bees that this is the direction of home.
Oh.
It's their homing pheromone.
Oh, so they're releasing a pheromone?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, and they smell like honey.
Yeah, that's because they filled themselves up before they left.
Right. Wow, okay.
Now, what I'll attempt to do is just put these frames back in. So they all have somewhere to cluster. This world, this is your new home, and it will only be a short distance from where your other home was. This is where there'll always be some bees killed when you're moving lids and that around.
Yeah.
I always try and minimise the numbers because they're the working livestock.
Yes.
And the more livestock you got working, the more work you're going to get done. Right, so and lock back on. The bees. This might seem cruel. What I'm just about to do is to just shift this around here like that, because then that means to say that I can lift it off.
Oh,
Top
from
on
down
the
the
ground.
bottom, yes.
Because that's the next thing, because driving around with something like this on the roof is not necessarily a real good idea.
I can't believe I've had this opportunity. This is like,
As I said, they've done it on cue for you.
yeah, they have, like, they knew. I sent out the vibrations this morning. It was like, ready girls, let's go. Yeah, well they were pretty good to just settle down once they're up there, and then
Yeah. I like that tree. Bees like that tree.
that particular
A lot.
branch is a good one.
Once more, they're landing where I can actually get to them,
Yes.
which is a really good thing. There's times when the bees just a lot higher and trying to actually
Yeah, you can't, can you?
get
there?
them.
Right.
The degree of difficulty goes up
Yeah.
exponentially.
I'm probably in a really bad position, aren't I? 'Cause I'm right out front, outside the front door.
Well, the thing is that the first place is going to already in,
Okay.
and they're just gradually working their way back in.
What do you think that funny cluster is there in the middle?
Again, see how they're fanning?
Yeah.
Some are fanning, some aren't. Oh look, there's a drone.
Ah.
That's a drone. So when the swarm leaves, they leave workers, drones, queen. Because for them to have been able to swarm, they've been busy raising drones because they're feeling strong. Coming out will be smaller.
Therefore, it makes them weaker then.
Well, because they're smaller, they don't have the same amount of searcher. He actually did a number of studies on using foundation in the Australian beekeeping industry. Up until then, you know, there's probably a bit of haphazard, but because of his research and then his findings, which were presented both not only to Queensland but also to other states, what he had worked out became standard practice Australia-wide.